2010 will be the last year me, Arnold Schwarzenegger, is Governor of California. This is a look back at the Governor. yeah, fantastic.
What I do remember is that in 2002, or maybe it was early 2003, a lot of people in California got fed up with the last governor, Gray Davis, and they decided that they wanted a recall election. And I remember being in college and signing one of those petitions to get a recall election on the ballot or something like that. And that's how it got started. So if I knew in hindsight that the recall election got crazy and Arnold Schwarzenegger would eventually become governor of California, I probably wouldn't have signed that ballot. It was probably a big mistake. But what I remember is the recall elections got started and it got really crazy. I remember Time magazine had the front cover of it, and I think it was in 2003, where it said that pretty much the California recall election was a big circus because we had a former bodybuilder / action movie star who was aging, who was running for governor. We had Gary Coleman.
What you talking about, Willis?
We had a former porn star running. It was crazy. We had tons of wacky people running for California. When Arnold Schwarzenegger was elected governor of California in late 2003, I think a lot of people around the world and around the United States were very shocked that he won. But like me, I voted for him because at the time I thought it was cool that he could be governor. But at the time we didn't really know how he would govern. And now we know that he's put California in the red. We have a big budget deficit. He pretty much made California as worse as when Gray Davis was the governor of California. The man now is a laughing stock. He can't talk right, and he talks funny because of his Austrian accent. He takes himself way too seriously. He always says all these catchphrases like, I'm gonna pump you up, girly man, stuff like that. He's just hilarious unintentionally.
If I had hesitated in my career every time I made a move because it was hard, I would still be yodeling in Austria.
Well, the one thing that I can say was good about Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger is he was a good advocate for the environment. He's made California one of the forefront states in the war on climate change. He's kind of passed some sweeping initiatives to make California more green. I think it's going to be sad when Arnold Schwarzenegger leaves because just like George W. Bush, he was a gift to comedy everywhere. I wonder what he's going to do after he's done with Governor of California. Is he going to go back to doing action movies? A lot of people have been telling me that he's just too old. He's in his early 60s. He's a wash-up action star, but who knows? Harrison Ford's still playing Indiana Jones, so who knows? And I think he was good as an action star, but definitely not a governor or a politician. Or maybe Arnold will just retire off his millions of dollars and live happily ever after with Maria and his 4 kids. I don't know.
As you might guess, the Schwarzenegger household is something of a menagerie. An Austrian bodybuilder, a TV journalist, 4 children, a dog, a normal goldfish, a hamster, and so forth. And in recent years we added a miniature pony and a pot-bellied pig. Now, it's not unusual for me to look up from working on a budget on something and to find the pig and the pony standing right there in front of me and staring at me. Now, the dog's food, which we keep in a canister with a screwed-on lid, sits on top of the dog's kennel. And the pony has now learned how to knock the canister off the top of the kennel, and then he and the pig wedges it into the corner. Now there's this ridge on the lid of the canister, and the pig with his snout pushes this ridge around and around until it loosens up. And then they roll the canister around on the floor until the food all spills out. And then of course they go to town and they eat it. Now, I have no idea how they ever figured all this out, to tell you the truth. I mean, it's like humans figuring out how to create fire. But it is the greatest example of teamwork, and I love it. It's about teamwork. So one lesson to draw from the pig and the pony story is of what we can accomplish when we work together.